Hello, Gun Nation. How's everyone doing this evening? We'll give it a minute or so. Let everybody pile in. Got Double B. Let's see. Dennis Buckner, CZ Shadow 2, Pistol Pete, Lake Ozark Guy. More Black Friday deals this year. Yeah, it looks like there are some of them. Some are going to be pretty good. Some, some that I've seen are good, but they could be even better. Matter of fact, I've got one that will kick off at 12 o'clock tonight. It's going to be 12 o'clock Central Time, so if you're in a different time zone, but it's with lock grips. So just to let y'all know, I will be releasing a code this evening that will get you 20% off any lock grip products. So stands, dump trays, lock grips, whatever you want, it's going to be 20% off. I can't release the code yet, so it'll be coming out 11 o'clock p.m. Central because that's 12 o'clock where they are. And it won't even be good until after 12 o'clock anyway. 12 o'clock midnight is what I'm meaning. So let's see here. KO4S4, how are you? Brian Duchesne, hello. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Cheers. We have a lot to be thankful for. Health, friends, family, all that good stuff. I know the economy stinks right now. Um, Job market sucks right now, for some type of what I'm looking for. It's kind of weird right now. Hello, MZ. How are you? So that code will be released. I'll release it probably on the community and maybe just throw up a little video late tonight, um, letting everybody know about it. So, and on the community, it'll have the code and everything, and that is good Friday, or excuse me, Black Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even through Monday. So it expires 12 o'clock on Cyber Monday. So you can have plenty of stuff to buy from Lock Grips. Hello, IBG. How are you? Let's see. Yes, so we do have a lot to be thankful for. Like I said, health, family, friends. Of course, I'm happy for to have all of y'all. I'm very thankful to have all of y'all, subscribers, family members, all that good stuff. And I also went and shot today, so we'll talk about that a little bit. And if y'all have any questions, comments, anything that's piquing your interest, over the Black Friday, is there a certain thing that you're looking for, or a certain thing that you've already bought or you're going to buy? Just curious. You can throw that up there and we'll talk about it. Let's see here. Also, I don't know if y'all saw, did you see, and if y'all care, I guess Glock Gen 5 is coming out with the new 10 millimeter or the Gen 5 version of the 10 millimeter. If anybody's interested in that, just curious. Let's see here. Hello, Abigail. How are you? Hello, David. Brian is saying, does anyone still believe there is buried treasure in Oak Island? Food for thought. I don't know, man. I don't remember that. Hello, Gun Snob. David is saying 10 millimeter is the best millimeter. Okay. Hey, what's up, Bald and Curious? How are you, man? I've shot plenty of 10 millimeter back in the day. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like we've talked about before, there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't do anything for me. And a lot of people haven't experienced 10 millimeter, or maybe they're just now experiencing it. So if you haven't experienced it before, a lot of people are kind of drawn to it. Hello, Matt Moore. How are you? But man, I was around when, we had the 40, then the 40 plus P and 10 millimeter and all that other stuff. So I just say use what you want as long as you're hitting the vitals and the essential shut-off zones. Use what you want to use. Yep, 10 millimeters, $1 a round. But yeah. But I did go to Texas Gun Experience today and did some shooting. And I did not shoot any pistols. So I want y'all to guess what I shot, if you would care to. But there were no pistols involved. So that only kind of leaves some other things. But just curious if y'all will guess right off the bat what I shot. Da, 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 da. I get a kick out of shooting my 44 mag Colt Anaconda. Just got it back from Colt yesterday, all fixed. Good. I'm glad it's all fixed. I wonder what they did to it. 22? No, I love shooting 22, but I did not shoot 22 either. 4570 lever gun, that would be cool, but no, I didn't shoot that. AK? No, I didn't shoot an AK. Already guessed 22 LR. Shotgun? I did not shoot a shotgun. Dennis Buckner says 300 blackout. I did not shoot 300 blackout. Ooh, narrowing it down if everybody's catching those. Hello, Trigger Bar Philosopher. If y'all haven't checked out Trigger Bar Philosopher, check him out. He's got a channel too. 50 cal. No, I did not shoot a 50 cal. Well, actually, Brian, he definitely guessed it. It was the Coyote Killing Rifle. If anybody remembers what that's chambered in, it's not hard. I did shoot it. Okay, Colt said they replaced the ejector rod. I guess it was defective or something, which caused issues opening up the cylinder. It could have been, when you pop it out to get your rounds out, maybe it was hanging or snagging. Maybe they bent it back in or something. It could have been tweaked. 8.6. No, I love an 8.6. I mean, I would love to have an 8.6, but no, I haven't shot one of those yet. Hello, Chris. How are you? A laser. Didn't shoot a laser. Yeah, I shot. You're exactly right. Both y'all were on the same thing. It is the new Coyote gun. It's the AR-223. So I did shoot 223 and 5.56 through that, but there was another rifle involved. So what caliber was it? Still looking at AR-10s, and finally thought are on a Ruger. Yeah, I mean, Rugers aren't bad. Ruger has that new SPR one. That might be cool. How did the Coyote kill run? The Coyote gun ran very well. It's been running very well. So, and it is in 223 Wild. Trigger Bar Philosophers guessing. But yes, it is in 223 Wild. So I did shoot 223 and 5.56 through it. And the only difference, if you don't know what a wild chambering is, it's supposed to have a tighter chamber. You can still shoot 223 and 5.56 through it. It's just supposed to have a tighter chambering. Supposedly more of a match grade. I don't know, I don't know how great that is, but who knows what. Hello, Mike. Hi, how are you? I am late, but I made it. Everyone's guessing something Big J shot. I guess his favorite pistol ever, Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380. No, I didn't shoot any pistols today. 308, 10-inch 308. I did not shoot a 308 today. Yeah, it's just if you have to, I've killed more coyotes with a shotgun than anything. Yeah, it's just if you have to get them pretty far away. And also, the pelts, I don't know, and I've sold pelts in the past and actually kept pelts in the past, but, shotguns do a lot of damage to the pelts. So I've killed them with 243 and I've killed them with 223 or 5.56. You want to kind of keep it clean as possible if you're going to keep the pelts or sell the pelts. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people who buy pelts. So, and when you shoot it with a shotgun, you're going to disintegrate a pelt pretty easily. Depending on what, if you're using buckshot or something like that, you're definitely going to tear it up. My favorite caliber is 308, but I did not shoot a 308 today. Didn't shoot a 300 blackout. 243, yep, I've got some 243 also. And that is a great caliber. For most, my 243s are actually kind of old school, bolt guns. Nothing wrong with those, but they're very, basic. Matter of fact, you'll have probably heard me speak about them before. I've got 243. I've got 7mm. What else do I have? I've got something else, but they're the old school deer rifles. I mean, complete old school. Matter of fact, some of them have the old Leopold scopes that are like this big around. I mean, all the way to the old school tubes, like from the 80s and shit. So they're pretty crazy. $50 bounty. Yeah, we're going to be going to, it's right there on the Texas Oklahoma border, and going to be taking out some coyotes for some farmers over there. I think y'all heard me talk about it last week. So that's coming up. Did not shoot the new SIG. Hello, thank you, Keith Gregory. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. 6mm arc and 6.5 Grendel, Marlin 336. Man, y'all are guessing all over the place. Okay, I'll just make it simple. I shot my PCC. So my AR-9. So what caliber would that be in? Because I didn't shoot a pistol, but I did shoot a rifle in a pistol in a caliber. So I'll make it easy for you. Yes, I shot the 223-556 Coyote gun, and I did shoot the PCC today. So the PCC has the hyperfire trigger, and all that good stuff. So I was running them, and I have some little videos I'll throw up, but I was really running the Coyote gun for also more function. I did some more stuff to it that y'all haven't seen even in that video. So it's got some pretty cool stuff on it now compared to what it had before. No, I love 338 Lapua. That's an awesome round. But again, to get, I'm not going to shoot a 338 Lapua in an indoor range. I mean, really 5.56 and 2.23 is kind of overkill too. And definitely 308's overkill. But, sometimes I just run my rifles for function. And that's what I was doing for the Coyote gun, to still make sure everything's functioning correctly. And it is. So I haven't had one issue with it. Pistol Pete, I don't know if you guessed that or already said that, but that was it. It was 9mm. Pistol Pete for the win. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, that's what mine are. I have two Remington 700s with the old Leopold scopes from the 80s. iBox is pretty terrible and glass quality isn't the best, but they still work. Yeah, and that's where mine were from way, way back when. I mean, I think they've got to be like early 80. Might even be pulling some 79s out of there for scopes. But, it is what it is. And yeah, they're, especially with my eyesight. But, the Leopold glass was pretty decent back then, but it's just that iBox is just horrible. 9mm with the Lancer mag. No, I was actually using the Amend 2 Glock mags, the big sticks. I think they're 34 rounds. And I had some problems with them. So when I've ran them in the past, but here's the thing. I took those mags and loaded them to the maximum capacity. Maximum. I had them all stacked in there, and I've been letting them sit since the last time I shot them. This is what I do every time. I shoot them, load them, shoot them, load them, shoot them, and then after I'm finished, I'll just reload the mags. So that way, when I'm ready to go back, they're, all my 33s and 34s are loaded. But I don't know if it was from them on these Amend 2 mags. I don't know if it was from them being loaded for so long. But the last round, that 34 round, the 34th round, it would pop up, but not pop up high enough for the bolt to catch it again, and it would act like it was empty. And then I would look in there, and there's a bullet sitting in the top of the mag, and I'm like, so I'd have to eject it, bang the mag, pop it back in there, and it wasn't the rifle's fault. That rifle runs like a scalded dog. It was the Amend 2 mags, and I had two of them that I was testing, or I've been testing for a long time. But this is like the long-term loaded test, because they've been loaded for shit. I purposely haven't shot those mags in about 6 months, and they've been loaded to the maximum capacity. I wonder if the springs are already set. So, because really springs, like you can leave loaded mags all the time, because the way a spring works is when you work it up and down all the time, not when you just have them loaded or have them emptied. You're not doing anything to the spring. So I don't know if they took a set or the springs are just shit or what, but both of them did the exact same thing today. So, uh, trigger bar, yes. Don't forget to hit that like button. If y'all didn't catch it earlier, I will be releasing a um, lock grip Black Friday code tonight at about 11 o'clock because it'll be 12 o'clock their time, and then you'll be able to purchase. And if for some reason it doesn't work, then will be after 12 o'clock, but it should be 12 o'clock their time. But with my code, you can save 20% off anything lock grips. Again, pistol stands, grips, dump trays, whatever you want. Also, if y'all have not entered to win the lock grips, I've got a video. All you have to do is watch it and follow those rules. They're really simple, but I'm giving away some aluminum lock grips, and they fit Shadow 2s, CZ75s, the full-size variants, SPO 1s. So if y'all have any of those pistols, these grips will fit those. And they're the new aluminum ones. So they're really nice, aluminum palm swells. Yeah, I've never ever had a problem with Glock mags, but these Amin 2s, that's just why I've been testing them. And they didn't fail before, but they screwed up a couple of times today. So do you use night vision, Big J? See people like Anime and one all ops use for coyotes. I do not have, so to say, night vision, but I do have thermals. So, and I have pig hunted with thermals before. I've got a thermal on my 308, and I can quick shift it over to 300 blackout also. And I've got them marked on both the rifles, and I've got them logged in there. One is for the 308, one is for the 300, so I can switch between the reticles or the settings of the reticles, so I know which rifle it belongs on. So I do have thermals. I do not have official night vision. The thing about thermal, though, thermal picks up heat. Night vision, not so much. So anything that blood's flowing through or heat has been on, that's why I do prefer thermals. Plus, it's so much less expensive, and I don't want to wear the headgear and all that other stuff. I'm not trying to be an operator. I'm not saying if you have night vision that you're an operator, but I just honestly, I don't have a reason to have it. Nothing wrong with it. It's just I've shot with other people's before, and my depth perception is it's just kind of weird until you get used to it. But it is neat that you can just, like you can just shoot with your IR laser and just, have you don't even have to load it up to your face. So it is pretty cool. Yes, he's a great guy to follow. Love his content. He was a hell of an athlete in high school and college. Yeah, he went to TCU. He played track and football. So yes, and I've actually, talked to him before and stuff. He's a really nice guy. I don't know him I mean, we've met personally, but I've never hung out with him or anything like that. But yeah, he did graduate from TCU. He goes to a shop, Bauer Precision, quite a bit too. So in Denton. High Point Eat Cannon, no. Yeah, I've seen them, but ooh, IBG, here we go. I ordered a Nighthawk TRS Commander last year. It was supposed to be ready last May. Called them to see when it would be ready, just in time for Measure 114 to pass. Had to cancel the order. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. Hello, Rich B. Bought a used Taurus 1911 Commander 45 ACP. 45 ACP. Trigger pull was disappointing for 1911. Is this a characteristic for Taurus 1911s? I know you get what you pay for, but hoping for better. Yes, they usually do have a tighter, a stronger trigger pull, um, or more poundage. A lot of those are imported. Some of them have to meet import regulations. Some of them are like 6 pounds. However, when you get it, you can take it to a gunsmith and you can tune it so they can bend the forks, and you can get the poundage down quite a bit. Now, a lot of those are MEM parts too, so they would have to look at the ignition kit where your sear and your hammer meet up to see. You can also do some filing on that. But a gunsmith could look at it and tell you. He could pop it apart. Um, Night visions are really cool paired with suppressor and subsonic ammo. You own the night. I played with sixes down in South Carolina. Yeah, it's very expensive. You can do the same thing with thermals. With a thermal, you can have your suppressor, subsonic ammo, all that good stuff too. But it just depends on what you want to use to shoot and things like that. What gun company or companies surprised you with their products? Uh, hmm. Gun companies surprised you with their products. Um, I think it's kind of shitty that, and I'll just say this, that SIG is actually not sending. This little brace thing hasn't even gone into effect, and they've already started pulling braces off a lot of their short pistols, and they're sending them without braces at all. So I think that kind of sucks. But I mean, surprise. I don't know if it'd be surprise good or bad. I'd have to think about that one for a while. I keep a white light on my fighting rifles. I do as well. And even if I'm going out, like hog hunting or whatever, or coyote hunting, I definitely have a white light on them. Because when you get to where you're going, you need to light it up. And I just aim it at the ground. I'm not aiming it in front of anybody or anything like that. Wow, 13,500 people in the queue for background checks. That's bullshit. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, IBG. Can't you go ahead and get the gun and then load up on magazines right now? I don't know why you still couldn't get the gun. But I mean, I know you already said you canceled it, but that does suck. David's asking, do people use frame mounted optics? Are you talking about on a pistol where you'll mount it up above the frame? Pistol frame mounted optics, where it screws onto the side and overhangs. I mean, I had that on my CZ TSO. I mean, I think it's a good option. I saw a video that someone released, someone y'all probably all know, and they were talking about the dovetail mounts for your optics. So, like, you'll take a pistol optic and you can put it in those dovetail mounts and then slide it into the dovetail to get you by. And I've said numerous times on those pistol dovetail, it keeps it way a lot higher than if it were milled, but also you get a lot of wiggle in them. And you're going to spend $40 to $70 for that little bitty mount that goes into the dovetail. If you mill a gun, you can have pistols milled for like $125 direct mill. So where you don't even need a plate. So I would save the $70 on the dovetail mounts, or $70 to $80, whatever it might be, and I would have the gun milled. That's what I would have. Thanks, Matt Moore. I appreciate it, man. You are your own. Yep. You're your own police force. That's true. You're your own protector. I've said that many times. Arasaka. Yeah, I've got some Arasaka mounts for light mounts. Let's see here. Something else I was going to talk about. Yeah, I mean, if he say if that's what you want to do, I mean, it's not a problem. Let's see here. What would win in a reliability test? AK, AR, or Bren? Whew. Honestly, if you just ran them and ran them and ran them and ran them and ran them, it's probably going to be an AK. I mean, man, those tolerances are so loose. They're not as accurate, but man, you can fill those things with sand and all kinds of crap, and they'll still run. So my guess out of all of those would be an AK. I've never ran them to failure, any of them, but I that would just be my guess would be an AK because look over in the desert. I mean, shit, those people tear it up. 47 watching and 23 thumbs up. We need some more thumbs up, man. Yeah, that's true. And the people voted in because they have been brainwashed by the mainstream media. I mean, if you look and let me ask another question, and I'm going to try to phrase this the correct way. So YouTube doesn't demonetize me like they pretty much do every one of my videos. But have you noticed in the last week to week and a half, y'all are seeing on the news, more and more certain things are happening? Y'all can post what I'm trying to say if you want. I just can't say it. But have y'all noticed that there's been a big uptick in some things recently, about a week and a half? Seems like almost every other day. Pretty crazy. Bald is asking Big Johnson Guns and Gear, how's the job hunting? It's actually, man, I have filled out so much crap. I'm blue in the face. I'm actually talking to a couple of companies. Uh, already gone through with one, already gone through two interviews, setting up for a third. Um, one I've already had, well, actually two interviews, setting up for a third. Of course, after Thanksgiving. Um, it's a whole different ball game. Back in the day, you'd talk to the person that could make the decision, and you were in. Now you talk to the gatekeeper, and then you talk to the salesperson or manager. Then you talk to this person, the vice president, and I don't know. It's just a whole different. I mean, I have no problems with interviews. That's I've done plenty of them. I mean, interviewed other people. So, but it's just different now. Filled out a ton of applications. Hopefully, some of these will pop. These are not for your just basic type jobs. They're for, I guess you could say regional directors, things like that, because that's what I come from. I mean, I'll just go ahead and tell y'all because I'm not working now, but I was a regional director of sales um, in automotive for sold a lot of products to the big three, big four um, automotive manufacturers in the world. Y'all know who those are, domestic and import. So kind of worked directly with a lot of those people, a lot of the dealers, a lot of the buyers, engineers. So that's pretty much been my life for 25 years or so. So some of what I'm looking for would be similar to that. Some are even in a kind of a different branch off of that, so it's not a direct competitor. But that's just, and a lot of them have already set their budgets for the year, so they don't have the money in this fourth quarter to bring on someone else until they have their new budget for 2023. So you run into a lot of that at the time for big corporations at the end of the year. That's what you run into. So it's just kind of a shitty time right now for me. Hopefully something will pop soon. Yes. 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 Yeah. Y'all are on this. We're all on the same page. William Batter, I am building another AR. What barrel should I be looking at? I am looking at going 20 inch. I mean, there's no wrong or right. It depends on what your purpose, I guess, what you want. If you want to do it all, you could do between a 16 and an 18. If you want something that'll go a little bit farther, you could get a 20. The only thing, and I've said this before, I do not depend on a 223-556 for my. I mean, it'll do a lot. Don't get me wrong, it will do a lot. But I do not look at a 556 223 as kind of my uh, get it done rifle because of penetration through car doors, um, concrete things, whatever you have to go through. Um, that's why I do prefer 308 personally, because 300 meters and in, 308 and 6.5 are right there. 308 has more thump. Um, 6.5 is flatter, out to longer trajectories and ducks the wind way better than 308. We all know that, but I do prefer 308 for its thump, its power, so to say. But that's just me personally. And 308 will pretty much take down any, land mammal that we have that we need taken down. And also really killing deer, elk, something farther away. I prefer 308 over 6.5 anyway for a clean kill. That's just me personally. And it is devastating to a hog. Devastating over a 5.56. But William, it really depends on what you're using it for. If you have it for a certain criteria that you're wanting, that's going to justify your barrel length. Joe was already talking about that like 3 days ago again. Even before that happened, he was already throwing that crap up again. Yeah, there's always an excuse. Big Johnson, Guns and Gear. My son is doing his master's and is looking for a job at the same time, and he's not picky. He'll take anything in TV or movie TV industry. So far, only a few small gigs. He filled hundreds. He filed hundreds. Yeah, and I've done the same thing. Yeah, well, when they threw out the hate crime thing, I don't know if you've heard of it or heard what happened recently. They just announced it, but now he's saying that he was bi or whatever. I don't know, they, them, wherever. So now they're throwing that. So they're trying to pull the hate crime away. But who knows? Yeah, 16 inch on a 308 AR enough for hunting. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. If you're dealing with a 308, I honestly, if it is a 308, I would probably grab a 16 inch, or excuse me, an 18 inch, just so you have even a little more velocity. If you need to get out there a little farther, you're going to have a lot of bullet drop, but I would say probably an 18. 16's fine, but my 12 and a half 308 and then my 18 and a half or 18, I am definitely losing velocity, but the 12 and a half is for closer, of course. So they all have certain purposes. And weight. The 12 and a half is super light. That thing only weighs 5.7 pounds without the optic or thermal. But if it's 5.56, 16 inches, pretty standard. Well, and like I said, with the brace deal, you can do what you want to do. That's what I'm going to do. However, remember, you can still keep a brace on there and just snap a longer upper on there when you need to, if you're following me. Because you can still have the brace. Just has to be 16 inches or longer. And I have plenty of 16 uppers. Yeah, rhinos are just as bad. There's so many rhinos out there, it's crazy. Yeah, 300 meters to 330 yards. Yeah, you're fine. I mean, yeah, but that's what they're claiming, that he was non, just, yeah, just to try to get the hate part dropped. But whatever. Moose and caribou. I've actually never shot a moose, and I've never shot a caribou personally. Never been to Alaska. Been invited by a lot of the Alaska guys that just hadn't made it there yet. It's a beautiful area. It'd be weird with the, how it doesn't like get light sometimes. I don't know all the criteria, but where it's just like 24 hours of darkness or whatever. That would be strange. Moose are more easier to take down than elk. I have been elk hunting. I've been twice. No, I've only been once elk hunting in my whole life, and we didn't get one. Deer hunting a ton. Mule deer, buck. I've killed plenty of them. Hell, I've got one of them's back there on the wall in the back. Y'all have seen him before. That's Billy Jack. I popped his ass from, what was he? It's on the back of the placard that's on the back of where he's mounted. It's got all the yardage, what I shot him with. I shot him with a 7 millimeter a long ass time ago. And I want to say it was 200 and 250 yards, 240 something yards. I don't know. It's all on the back of that thing. In my county, you can't use rifles for hunting, shotguns only. Yeah, and that's in a lot of states. You have to use, the straight wall cartridges like the 350 Legend and stuff like that. I've still never shot a 350 Legend. Still haven't shot one. I think it's cool. I just haven't shot one. Oh, you have a 24-hour. Okay, I guess I didn't realize that. You have a 24-hour day during the summer. Okay, that's cool. It is from the movie My Kai. We're on the same page. Billy Jack. That's from the movie Billy Jack. That's why I named him that. All mine have names. Um, I've got one here. I've got one in the hallway. Um, I've got one in my front, or two in my front office. But they all have names on them, or I've named them. Oh, here we go. I just put up a video of my elk hunt, shot a cow. And that was my license with a 308 suppressed. Super fun. I've gotten an elk in the last 2 years now. Hey, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't have any of those fancy, you know, tactical shotguns like Bald and all those guys have, and X Ring. I've just got um, +9 tubes. Mine will hold 15 if I ghost load it. My Mossberg with the +9, it'll hold 15 rounds with one ghost loaded. That's a good thing about a Mossberg. You can ghost load, and if you don't know what that means, you can look it up. You can put one right up under the God, what do you call it? The little leveler ramp thing. Um, you can stuff one up under there. So in those two that I have with the +9 tubes, I can put 15 in them, and they're just semi-autos. They're not pumps. My pump, I can put what is it, 9 + 1? Yeah, and I almost took my shotgun today. I was like, man, I got to take my shotgun, or my 590, but I was, I had one bag with the two rifles in it, my PCC and the AR, and then I just had a little sling bag that I had some ammo in and some other stuff, but I already had all the mags loaded, but I just took extra ammo. And I was shooting something that was really, really loud. Video coming on that soon. I was testing something that was sent in. Well, hell, I can tell y'all. Y'all are family. Precision Armament. I was shooting their brake on the Coyote gun, and you'll just have to see how flat that SOB is. It's flat. And I didn't shoot it slow. I shot it fast. Matter of fact, I shot both of them fast. Female impersonation option. Are y'all planning on getting fat and sassy tomorrow? Y'all gonna eat a lot? We're planning on eating a bunch. We're going to be waddling. Are y'all anybody going out of town? Or are they going to be staying local? Just curious if y'all are doing it at home, at your house, or someone else's home. All about the gravy. Oh yeah, gravy's good on anything. I couldn't drink gravy though, man. I've seen people like turn it up and start drinking gravy. I couldn't do that. Prime rib. That's awesome. Yeah, we've had prime rib Thanksgivings before. Planning on drinking a bunch. I'll drink, but I don't know if I'm going to get hammered. Trigger bar is at his daughter's house in Minnesota. Home cooking, belt will loosen. In town at home. Dead cow yummy. Home. Yeah, we're having, I'm getting stuffed and drunk going to Pennsylvania to my sister's. Any other party of the U.S. having a ton of cold and flu going around? Everyone I know in South Carolina has the crud now. Will get much worse after Thanksgiving get-togethers. Yeah, I mean, I wake up in the morning. I have allergies though, but I wake up in the morning and I'm a little congested. Sometimes I'll take a little decongestant or something, and then it goes away by the end of the day. But yeah, it's. I think there's just that crud that's going to go around. I don't know if it's the CV, um, but all of a sudden I've heard that the flu is back. The flu was gone for 3 years. Now the flu is back mysteriously. So big feast in Chandler, Arizona. That's good. Okay, DC is saying, would you use a PCC with a binary trigger for home defense? DC, I've talked about it before. I wouldn't use a binary trigger for nothing. I don't like them. I've shot plenty of them. They don't do shit for me. Um, and yeah, you can crank it down, you can, hold it, but I just, with the trigger going forward and firing, going backwards and firing, I mean, like with a hyperfire trigger or a really good trigger, you can shoot just as fast as you can with a binary trigger. I just don't like binary triggers. I've seen so many of those things shit the bed. They just come apart. They're not adjusted properly. Even with the gunsmith putting them in over a period of time, they loosen up and then they go into shit mode. So I don't need any of that trash. I've just seen way too many of them fail. That's just my opinion. If you run binaries and you love them, hey, do you, boo? But I think they're crap. Hello, Norwood. How are you? So yes, I am not a binary trigger fan. Um, hello, Two Will and Nut. How are you? Well, I just hope everybody, is with family and loved ones, and at least if you're not, try to call your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Make sure everybody's safe and healthy and well, and all that good stuff. Yeah. The CZ Tech Sport can have a binary trigger if you don't watch it. Yeah, I mean, you can. I've had some really light triggers, and I've talked about them before. I've let other people shoot them, and they've double tapped the crap out of them because they're not used to them or they're too light. But if you don't put your finger on the bang switch, they don't go off. But you know, no, I've got some light triggers. Here we go. Shortest barrel you recommend in 300 blackout pistol you suggest? The shortest barrel I would run in a 300 blackout, and you can run shorter ones. You can get them all the way down to like 7 or 5.5, but you really get no velocity out of it. My preferred is at least a 10 and a half, and you don't have to worry about burn rate on a 300 blackout like you do a 5.56. Um, the smallest I would go in a 300 blackout personally, it's because I have long arms, is a 10.5. So I've got them in 10.5 and I've got them in 12.5. Don't really think you need a 16 unless that's all you can have. Then I say get it. I've shot those little 5.5s and 7.5s, and you're just not getting enough velocity. And I know that's not a total requirement, but if you look at the rating of 10.5 and 12.5, the 12.5 is about the sweet spot for a 300 blackout because you're getting maximum velocity and terminal ballistics out of it. But that's my preference, at least a 10.5, even out of a 300 blackout. Hello, Armsman. How are you, man? Yes. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Two Willie Nut staying home. Son just flew down and he'll be with us for a few days. That's awesome. Yeah, we going to the mother-in-law's house. Family's coming over, so we're going to be doing that. And she's not too far away, so it'll be still pretty local. Um, Matter of fact, my wife went over there today, and they're making a whole bunch of desserts and a bunch of pies and all that stuff to make us fat. So they already started doing a lot of that today. And who's all doing turkeys or ham? Which one are you doing, turkeys or ham? And I know a lot of people do briskets. We used to do briskets all the time. But out of the two, turkey or ham, which one's your go to if you have to choose between the two? All done. Both. Duck, turkey in the oven, both. Turkey. I've had one year we had turducken, where it's the turkey, the duck, and the chicken all jammed into each other. We had that one time. It wasn't bad. Ham, turkey, too dry. Yeah. Turkey. Thoughts on the PC charger? Good enough. Out of the box, I mean, it's not bad. I don't really like the ergonomics of it personally. I've played with one before and I've shot one. It's okay. I really prefer a true AR9 type, but if you like it, man, I mean, get it. don't let me tell you what to do. I would use the Glock brace though, because it's just so common. Rotisserie turkey, that's good. Ham, no birds here. Turkey, whatever someone else buys and cooks. Yeah. I have turkey and prime rib. Yeah, if you're going to use for 300 blackout, and I've got videos of me shooting my 300 blackout suppressed with subs and with supers. With subs, it is stupid quiet. I mean, it's just insanely quiet. It's almost like, I mean, that's all you hear. It's stupid quiet. However, in 300 blackout, and I've said this numerous times, I still prefer supers for the velocity. That's just me. But subs are very, very impressive and super quiet. Yeah, IBG, if you actually watch Mr. Guns and Gear, he did a 300 blackout test where he tested every barrel. And he even said, now I'd already had 10 and a halves and 12 and a halves, but he said that the 12 and a half was the good sweet spot. And he talks about it with supers and subs. But 12 and a half was like the perfect sweet spot because 300 blackout through a 16-inch barrel, it can actually start losing velocity before it exits the barrel because it's been in the barrel too long. So if you really look at, and he does it with supers and subs, and it's he calls it the whiteboard of truth or something like that. It's an old video, but it's actually a really good video. Rich B, saw you shooting the new Staccato CS. I also have large hands and figured no way that would work for me, but apparently big hands aren't a real deal breaker for that pistol. No, I, you know, if I have to choose for myself, and mine are XXL, they might even be a tad bigger than XXL, but I usually wear XXL gloves. The and I show it my regular C2 and then the CS. When I put my hands on it, I've got a little more for my support hand with the C2. However, the CS is not bad. So I could definitely shoot a CS. I have a couple of other guys that tried it, and they had a little bit smaller hands with shorter fingers, and they actually preferred the grip of the CS over the C2. So, it's just really going to vary. I don't think either one of them are bad. It's more of a rounded type grip, more of a fit grip than the boxy or blocky type C2 grip. So if that's what you're looking for, that's going to be the one to grab. I don't think you'll go wrong with either one. The CS also has proprietary mags, so the other 2011 mags will not work in it. Where on my C2, my other 2011s, all my 2011s, my grips or my mags are compatible. With the CS, they would not be compatible. But that's not a deal breaker. If you don't have either one of them, you might actually like the CS. So there's that too. Phoenix Redback Heavy is awesome. Yeah, Phoenix Redbacks are nice. They're not cheap. Phoenix Redbacks are not cheap. They're out of Switzerland. I mean, they're super, super nice guns. The Drake is really nice too. I don't know if y'all have seen the Drake. They have the Phoenix Drake. If you really want to check out a lot of the Phoenix Redbacks and the Drakes and things like that, you can check out MD Polo's channel. He has some really nice Phoenix pistols. I want to say they're like $4,500. Are single stage triggers a thing? Yeah, I mean, you have two-stage triggers, or you just have. I mean, I don't really know if it's called single stage. I mean, I've just called. I mean, I don't really know what you call them. I guess it's a single stage. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have any, right when you get to the wall, that's your trigger. I mean, I prefer a single stage. Anybody here have a FN 509cc Edge? Bald, I have put my hands on it. I have the regular 509s. Um, I like the 509s. The CC doesn't do much for me personally. When I put my hands on it, I was like, eh. I mean, the comp's kind of cool, but I don't know. I mean, I've got a comp on my big one. $3,900, yeah. Because I think one of them is 4,300 that I was looking at. I thought it was a Drake, maybe. And Lock Grips does make grips for them, which is good. And again, if y'all missed it, if you want to win some lock grips, go over and watch my lock grip giveaway video. I didn't really announce it as a giveaway. I just announced it as a lock grip video, and then I talk about it in the video because I don't want a bunch of giveaway whores coming over there and trying to beg for shit or just signing up to win it. I would love normal subscribers or my family members to win it. But I'm going to be giving away some lock grips. They are their new aluminum palm swell. So they're like the brass, but they're lighter. I've got red, blue, colors. So you'll win a set of grips and one base plate to match in colors. So I'm going to be giving those away. But you got to do a couple things. It's real simple. You've got to say something on the video in the comments, and you have to sign up for Lock's website and to their YouTube channel to subscribe. Super easy. But and then also it will happen tonight. I will have a Black Friday code. If you use my code, you will save 20% off anything Lock Grip sells. That will be their pistol stands, grips, dump trays, hats, patches, whatever you want to buy. And I think if you spend over $100, it's also free shipping. So that's a pretty great hell of a deal there. But Lock doesn't run sales too often. But if you use my code, you'll save 20%. And it will be good from 12 o'clock tonight till 12 o'clock Monday, which is Cyber Monday, 12 o'clock p.m. that night. So you can save some cash. Anybody got anything else y'all are thinking about? And I do want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Again, definitely hit that subscribe button, like button, all that good stuff. Thumbs up if you want to, share it if you want to. Chats have been doing pretty good, and what I meant by the chat, let's be thankful. I know there's a lot of crappy stuff happening in the world right now, inflation, all this other crazy shit, but we still do have a lot to be thankful for. I mean, for one, we have our Constitution, which I know it gets trampled on quite a bit, but we've got that. We've got our family, we've got our health, we've got our friends, we've got all that kind of stuff. We've got our community. So we definitely want to be thankful for those things. I know sometimes you just want to spit nails, but is that texture the same on the Lock aluminum as the brass aggressive? Yes, they do not make the non-aggressive anymore. I told them do not make that non-aggressive. And they finally are making everything aggressive now. So on the aluminums, these are the aggressive. Matter of fact, they even say it. If you watch the video, I'll just show you a set here. Well, that's not one. I've got a pile of them over here. I'll show you my favorite color. There's the orange. Woohoo! And they actually say aggressive gridlock palm swell right there. So they only come in aggressive now. And not that the non-aggressive was bad, it just wasn't aggressive. It was there, but it wasn't aggressive. These are nice. And they don't make you bleed or anything like that, but they're definitely aggressive. Yeah, Lock has some really nice grips. I know, David, I actually talked to Lock about maybe being able to mill out, especially even on 2011s, it would be cool if you were able to mill out the sides of your grip, of the grip, and actually put like inlay in there, or have a grip that just goes inside of it, kind of like a 1911. Um, I talked about that like, gosh, 4 years ago with Lock, and they're still trying to figure out a way to do it. Hopefully it would happen. Hopefully it will happen. But yeah, the brass grips are super, super nice, but they're 9 ounces. So you can have a pistol. I mean, I've got like my Shadow 2 when I put all the brass stuff on it. I mean, that thing is like 3 pounds. I mean, it's a beast. So this is, it's heavier than the G10s, but lighter than the brass. So a lot of people are just trying to find happy mediums to where it balances out better with a loaded mag. So because with a loaded mag and the brass grips, you will have it a lot rear heavy. So it just depends on how you want it. And either way is fine. I don't mind it heavy at the back. It doesn't bother me. But we will go ahead and shut this bad boy down. It is 7:59. But if y'all have any questions, comments, anything after that, throw some comments down there. I'll answer them. Tomorrow I'll be busy. I'm sure y'all will too. And I hope y'all have a great day tomorrow. Eat bunches, but be safe out there if you're having to do some driving. Also, I will be having a giveaway with Brick Arms. So I talked about it earlier. Really loving their products. Been using them for, gosh, over a year now. I'm going to have a giveaway with them. I'm coming up on 20,000 subscribers. So I just thought, why not give some stuff back to y'all? So I've gotten with some of my companies that I use and that like and that I recommend. I've gotten with them and they've given some product to give away. So we will be doing that also. So that giveaway I'll probably have it out next week or so. But we'll be giving some more stuff away because I need a job, but I want to also give y'all some stuff too. But I appreciate it so much. Y'all have a great night. Be safe out there. Love one another. And remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on. Thanks, everyone. Y'all take care and be safe.